Hi Steve, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to Cambridgeshire Alliance. We're here because we're holding an event which is hoping to inspire and encourage our members to explore what's in their community and potentially to kind of set up things within their own communities to help them stay well and independent and connected. And your name came up in the conversations because Somersham is hailed as a community that's really got it right and is doing really good things. So I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about why Somersham is held up as this kind of golden example of how communities can really work.
Well, it's nice of you to say that Somersham is held in such high esteem, and I have to say, as the local councillor and a lifelong resident of Somersham, I'm very proud of the village and what we've achieved. The village is a very vibrant community and has been for a long time, which is obviously very important. When the local library was challenged with its continued existence 11 years ago, the community rallied round and runs the local library. 5 years ago, when the youth club was no longer going to be supported by the county council, the parish council took that over. So we have a history of being proactive and supporting things in the community. And I think as a county councillor 5 years ago, I became very aware of the financial challenges ahead, probably more so than most members of the public. And I suppose my overriding desire was, well, how do I help protect my community and make sure it survives and does well in the future financial restraints. So I was very much aware of trying to get in early and do whatever I could to help. And being involved with the county council, we were very mindful that we needed to try and help communities do more for themselves. And I volunteered my community and my input to see what could be done in a rural community, because we wanted to do some pilot schemes to test the water, if you will. So that's how it started in Somersham, the latest piece of work that we've been doing.
Okay. So you mentioned the parish council helps to run the library and the youth project. What other things go on in Somersham that kind of bring the community together and help people?
Well, I think what came out of the pilot work we were doing was doing a new community plan, which was going to be much more interactive. We used cameras, for example, got residents to take pictures of what they liked and didn't like, and come up with suggestions how things could be improved. And then at a public event, we showed those pictures and what people had said the reasons for taking them, and then got other residents to comment on those themselves. So that did actually end up being quite an interactive process that got people involved. We decided to improve our local newsletter and the website, so we were communicating better with the community. And also we decided to develop a time bank. Certainly it was the first in rural Cambridgeshire. And that was 4 years ago, and it's gone from strength to strength, and I'm a real big advocate of time banks, because lots of things that you would like to happen in the community, the time bank actually helps to make happen. So that's been very valuable, connecting people, getting things done for people. And another thing I developed was a local health and wellbeing group. As we tried to see how we could improve the way things worked in the community, it became quite apparent that not everybody knew who everybody was working within the community, let alone what they did. Mm-hmm. So we have a health and wellbeing group that brings people together so that they network better, work together better, and can work together on shared issues and more joined up working within the community, I think. And that's spread wide to the surrounding villages as well, so that's good.
So there's more joined up working in Somersham and more community involvement. So how do you think that benefits the residents of Somersham?
When you start to think about what you can do to improve the village and the community, I think it's key to think how the community will benefit as part of your aim. I mean, we're all aware as a county council on where we need to make savings. But it's how it benefits the communities that's the key thing, because if people are happier and healthier, then savings will come. So I think the sorts of things that I wanted to tackle are if we grit the pavements, for example. People are less likely to slip over and break their ankle, because obviously if they do that, they're hospitalised, they may take time to get better, need outside assistance. If you have a social network where people are more likely to have a coffee with each other, it helps social isolation issues and reduce mental health problems. Doing shopping for somebody allows them to live independently at home longer, perhaps delays social care. Having a support network for young parents, for example, or families that are struggling, can help with drug and alcohol dependency problems. A whole range of community network and opportunities does help people to not need outside assistance and lead happier lives and healthier lives. And one of the reasons I'm a big advocate of time banking is because time banking does actually connect those people and help make those differences happen.
Well, it's a brilliant model, I think, and I think if you ask anybody if they would want outside help or if they'd like the help from within their community, I think most people would choose from within the community, wouldn't they? So
yes, it builds community spirit and it makes people happier, as you say, to live independently at home, and most people that I interact with would much rather be with their friends and family in the community than being at home or need adult social care coming in just to look after them when they could be doing that within the community, as you say, yes.
So what would you say our members or anybody out there could do to kind of help their community on the way to becoming as resilient and joined up as yours? How can people help that happen?
I think attitude and appetite are very key ingredients, and an acceptance of the situation as it is. I think we would all like there to be plenty of money and everything done for us, but whether we like it or not, there will be a devolving of responsibilities, of powers, of abilities to do things within the community, which I think is a good thing. And we either say, actually, these are the sorts of things we can do, and see how we can do them, and of course people are taking time to pick up on the fact that actually, particularly parish councils, for example, who are some very active parish councils, you've got a decision to make whether you say, well, actually some of these things are not what we do locally, that's just not our job, or actually to say there's no reason why we shouldn't be doing these. I mean, I find it valuable that I'm a parish councillor, and even having been a district councillor and county councillor for a long time, a parish council perspective is, I think, very valuable. And it's often been thought actually parish councils don't have much power and can't do much. Actually, there's very little a parish council can't do if they have the will and want to do it. And I became a parish councillor to look after the well-being of people in my village, and that's exactly what we're doing, and you can take that to the maximum if you want to. And I'm fortunate that I've had the support of parish councillors in Somersham to do just that. So that's the journey we've been on, and it hasn't finished yet. So.
No. And so you've been that kind of leadership role, taken that leadership role in Somersham, and kind of helped the parish council and district and county council work together. That's key, is it, to help communities, to help emulate the success of Somersham across the county, is for all those levels of local government to be working towards the same goal?
I think it is key, but having said that, there is so much that people can do anyway. It's been beneficial, but actually there's nothing that's happened that relied on that. People can do more in their community and achieve more if they have the will to do it and the appetite to get things done. I think an insight into the county council issues, because county council services are very people oriented, more so than district. So the relationship between county and parish is certainly very valuable. But it's not just local authorities, of course, it's other public sector organisations. We're very much in touch with the police. In Somerset, more interestingly, the police have joined the Time Bank now, so that's a plus. But also local health services, public health, which the county has a responsibility for. If we start to think how can our own residents become more healthy, then they're going to be happier and live longer and more fulfilled lives. The byproduct of that is it does save the public sector money, but that shouldn't be the reason for doing things.